Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. A little late. Supposed to have this done yesterday. Well, I mean, I guess it's not supposed to as long as there wasn't a game, right? Uh, no real excuse. Just didn't get it done. Here we are, week 18. First things first. Thoughts, prayers, everything that you believe in goes out to Damar Hamlin of the Bills. It's a very scary scene. Also to maybe just a Bengals fan, but to T Higgins. I really feel for him. This can't be easy for him either. So shout out to the family and all the people who've been supporting Mr. Hamlin so far. How tragic. I mean, hopefully he makes a full recovery, but this is really scary. And I don't know if this is selfish, but I feel like it's pretty relatable coming from my pro wrestling. I mean, the similarities aren't vast, but there is the contact, the collisions, and the hard hits. So seeing that happen and seeing the things that are coming after, it's just been really scary. I've been trying to learn as much as I can about where we're at, and I'm really pulling for the kid. I'm not a big religious person, but I'm definitely pulling for this kid. But with that, here we are, week 18. We went 10-5 last week, so that puts us at 160 and 95. And that leaves us 5 more wrong picks to make 100. So we don't want to do that. Let's hope for less than 5. But we're going to kick the week off on a Saturday. Some pretty fun games. One of them means a lot. And that is the one. Anyway, there's 2 games Saturday. The Chiefs-Raiders. We're going to have to take the Chiefs. The Raiders are trying to find their way, and it's not going to happen against this team. See you next year. Jags-Titans. One of you are going to make the playoffs. It is at Jags. They are coming on strong for the end of the season, and the Titans are falling off hard. This could be a trap game. This could be pull yourself together game for the Titans. I don't really see either one making a run in the playoffs, but we're going to take the Jaguars to win this game and make it to the playoffs. Watch out for them next season. Maybe the Titans too. Solid quarterback on the Titans. You got a lot to worry about. Going into Sunday, we got the Steelers and the Browns. Steelers somehow still fighting for a playoff spot, I think. Unless they've been mathematical. But anyway, we're taking the Steelers over the Browns, mostly because I don't like the Browns. I hate the Steelers, but I can appreciate through that hate a fighting team. So, Steelers over Browns. Bengals Ravens. Yours truly will be wearing this jersey. And maybe this one. But this jersey. Row 14. Let's go. Bengals over Ravens. Rub it in my buddy Sam's face. Sitting right next to me. Vikings Bears. Vikings. Bills Patriots. I've been picking Patriots a lot this year on coaching. Patriots are fighting for a playoff spot. They could still get, I think, somehow. But we're going to take the Bills. If the Bills play, the Bills are going to play hard. And the Bills are going to play with a lot of emotion. Bills over Patriots for sure. Dolphins Jets. Both teams have fallen off. They started out strong, fallen off hard. We're going to pick the Dolphins over the Jets. I've been picking the Jets defense, and they've been letting me down. Um, but then again, the Dolphins' offense is letting everybody down. So, but Dolphins over Jets, and then Bucks Falcons. Buccaneers solidified their playoff spot last week, and I think they're going to take a nice little run here at the end. So they're going to win that game too. Bucks over Falcons. Saints Panthers. There's a lot of division games then this season, huh? I think everything's been division so far. Yeah. Is that like a thing? Okay. Yeah, every game is division. No. Not every game. Yeah, every game. Because Eagles and Giants, I think, are in the same division. Right? Eagles, Giants, Cowboys, Commanders? Yeah. Okay. Saints, Panthers. We're taking the Saints at home. They're hard to count out at home. Colts, Texans. I mean, I don't know if either one really want to win going into the last week, getting the put, but draft picks are draft picks. You can get gold at around 8. I mean, around 8 pick, just as you can the 3rd or 4th. So I think they're both going to fight hard. I think they're both going to try and win. There are players on that team still, so players play. Colts, I have taking the Texans. Kinda. 49ers, Cardinals, 49ers. They're a team right now. Cowboys versus Commanders. We're taking the Cowboys. I don't think the Commanders are getting that upset. Rams, Seahawks. This one is up in the air. This one could go either way. Baker has kind of turned that team around a little bit. Last week they didn't score a lot, but the week before they did against really good defense. So they're confused, but they're learning. So we're going to take the Rams over the waning Seahawks. Eagles, Giants. Eagles have struggled without Hurts, but I think that's a lot to do with the teams they're playing as much as it is who's in and out of those games. But we're going to take the Eagles again over the Giants. And then you got the Broncos and the Chargers. The Chargers might also be fighting for a spot, but I'm not sure. I have the Broncos getting this upset, though. I just think Russ needs to ride into next season. They need this win. They need some sort of momentum. They need any positivity. And the Chargers are confusing. Mostly. That's it. Chargers confuse me, so I picked the Broncos. Even though the Broncos are not good. This is definitely an upset. And I don't even think the Chargers are that good of a team to upset. So, that tells you how I think of the Broncos. I almost just chose the other direction, actually. But I didn't. I stuck this way. Then the big game of the weekend. Aside from Bengals, Ravens. My biggest game of the week. But the big game of the weekend. The Packers versus the Lions. Packers. Trying so hard to get that playoff spot. And they win, and they're in. And the Lions really turned everything around from last season. I didn't even have them going this far. I figured 5 wins would be a win for them. But the way they've been playing this season, I think that they have to make the playoffs in order for them to see it as a win for them. Unfortunately, I'm picking the Packers. They're at home. It's their time of year. This is when the Packers do well. The defense has been on fire. A lot like it's supposed to have looked, according to paper. So we're going ahead. We're picking the Packers. So let's see what we end this season at. 5 wrong picks. We go. Well, 5 wrong picks. We hit 100. I don't even want to hit 100. I want to be under 100 for the regular season. But I think we've done pretty good. I think this has been a pretty successful pick'em season. Once again, the start of the video is a little dreary, but it kind of has to be with what happened last week. We're still pulling for this kid, and we still don't have enough information for it being almost like 5 days. He's still in critical condition, so that's, I mean, it's, like I said, it's scary. And coming from a physical sport, it might be selfish to compare, but there are comparisons there, and that's weighing pretty heavily on me too. So, I mean, God, I hope he makes a full recovery, not just survives, but I hope he makes a full recovery. I don't know that he would ever play football again, but I would like him to have that option. That would be the best case scenario. But, I mean, at this point, we just want him to wake up. We want him to breathe on his own. So far, everything's trending in the right direction as far as what I've seen. And I hope we continue this into the playoffs, and I hope we have really good news for him before the weekend. I think getting good news for Damar before the weekend would be vital to the Bills. I mean, they could still choose to not play, and I don't think anybody would be mad at them. I mean, they're in the playoffs. I don't think their seed matters at this point. Sure, having a home game here or there would be great, but your brother, your partner, your friend, your colleague, your brother in arms, like, that is far more important than any game could ever be. And I'm glad that the players and coaches and staff have all realized that, and they realized it immediately. I mean, after that happened, the game was never going to go on. So I'm really happy with the decisions that have been made so far. I'm super torn up about what happened to this kid. I mean, he's 24 years old. That's so scary. I feel for his family. I feel for him. I feel for all the players who were there, all the ones who have been involved in the league forever. I mean, this could have happened at any point, and it hasn't until now. So it's a freak accident, but it's one that isn't necessarily avoidable. It's a reality that comes with these kinds of things. I mean, we all go into signing up for these sports with the idea that bad things can happen. Injuries will happen. But I don't think any of us ever really think that death is the thing that we're signing up for. I mean, sure, we look at it one day and we realize, had this happened, it's what we signed up for. I've had some close calls, not in the ring, but in life. And those came from some things that I signed up for. And looking at it, I was okay with that. My family would not have been. My loved ones would not have been. So that's also a scary risk to consider when you involve yourself in these types of things. So I feel for his family, because they didn't sign up for that. You know, he did. But they understood, so prayers for a full recovery, and thoughts out to T. Higgins. Thoughts out to everybody involved.